Hawa. 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 Hello.
Here we are. Hello, everybody.
I can't believe we're finally here. It feels like it's been years.
It's been so long.
I forgot we did this, frankly. I don't even remember Fate.
I don't even know what Fate is. We kind of just moved on, you know?
Who is this? Some kind of a Nasu? Hello, everybody.
It is wonderful seeing all of you.
I could not be more excited to be doing this. I have been... I bought the remaster, like, on a whim, like, several years ago, and I was gonna read it, and then we just happened to talk about doing it, like, a couple days later, and then I was like, you know what, maybe I won't touch this.
Nas who?
And now here we are. It felt like we were never gonna fucking finish Hollow Ataraxia, and then we did.
The 8 scenes took a little long, but we did it.
We needed to pace those out. I think they would have killed us if we didn't.
Yeah, there were...
She's full size, it's true.
I've also, in the meantime, been reading the latest FGO fucking story chapter, and I've been kinda going through it.
You've not been okay. We're all very worried about you.
It's okay, don't worry about it. I won't sacrifice myself for the good of the world, nor will I give in to the deep urge of vengeance and revenge for those who have been lost.
You never do that. That's not your vibe.
Yeah, Alex, the ordeal call. It's it's a lot.
So, Mahoyo.
Indeed.
I guess, important premise, or like preface, I should say. We don't know shit about shit.
Yeah, contrary to, like, Tsukihime, which she has read and I know very little about, and Fate, which I knew about, like, vaguely from wiki diving and FGO, and she had no idea about. I know 4 characters from Mahoyo, and I have a vague sense of like where they fit in the grander Nasuverse as like people. I don't know what this game is about.
I am aware of a single character from this game because she's mentioned in Tsukihime. That is literally it. Other than that, I got nothing.
Good, that is a nod. We'll have to see. I also believe people mention Mahoyo as a good, like, entryway into the whole of the Nasuverse, I think?
I've heard the same from people. I don't know how well that opinion holds water, but someone said that to me before.
There is one thing that I think I should mention that is a very important fact. I had to install Witch on the Holy Night tonight because I forgot to do it before because we've been pushing this off a little bit, you know?
Who would ever forget to install a game before a stream?
And while I was installing it, what I realized is that this game is bigger than the remaster of Stay Night and Hollow Attraction combined.
So I know part of that. I'm pretty sure it is really long, but I know part of that is I've heard the visual effects in this remaster go fucking hard.
Yeah, that's what I have heard. Mahoyo was drafted pretty early on. I'm pretty sure Mahoyo is the first thing that Nasu like made.
I heard the same that it didn't get published for like half a decade.
Yup. So it's very exciting.
It's pretty fucking exciting. Pretty fucking exciting. I don't know.
Hello, everybody. With that out of the way. Yeah, it was a light novel originally. Which means that this is the first passion project of Nasu, refined with the post-Fate and Suki lens.
So, I'm like really cut off. Should I like...
Scooch? If you want to shimmy a little bit, yeah.
But then I'm gonna be like standing entirely in front of you.
It's fine. I can go down a little bit if you do, and I can.
Yeah, you can. Oh, it's just like when we did ISAT with your big ass ahoge in my way.
I'm sorry about it.
No, it's fine.
Hey, Watchdog. Hey, Rose. Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Let us get the game going. I will need to adjust the volume like on the fly, so please tell me how loud this is when I get in, and I'm going to be streaming to you in a second.
Can't wait. It's gonna be a jam.
Okay. Put this
fucking ahoge.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm just, it's so big and lifelike.
The Mahoyo is fun. It is real. Can you see things?
Maybe if I clicked on your stream, I might be able to. No, what? Watch the stream. No, what? Come on, please.
Take your time. Also, I know you can't hear yet. There's no music yet. If I go to... Yeah. You can hear this, right? Yeah, you can.
Coach, let me play. Come on. There
Probably
we go.
Can lower this a little bit preemptively. Just a little bit. There we go. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, 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 indeed.
Beep, 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 indeed. Now you're speaking my language.
Ooh. Quick save. Jump to the next scene. Okay. Hold to fast forward. Let go to stop. And rewind. Okay.
Okay. Modern quality of life controls.
Indeed. Also, before I do anything, I just realized, because I know... Okay, because I knew in the remaster for Hollow Attraction and Stay Night, Shira was muted by default. I wanted to make sure no one was muted by default.
No one wants to hear that, motherfucker.
Let's see. Cease outline points. I didn't recognize like anybody except 3 of those.
I didn't even recognize 3.
Indeed. It was a winter's day. 1 second. Final thing. I'm going to remove my cursor. There we go.
Probably smart.
That way you won't have to tell me that it's in the way. There we go. It was a winter's day 8 years ago. That solemn morning when she understood the value of life for the very first time. Her home was nestled on the side of a mountain. Around it was nothing but inhospitable wilderness. She had no neighbors or childhood friends to speak of. Things like traveling to school or playing outside were more trouble than they ought to be. Indeed, with its pure water and bright stars, it was a place rich with memories, both frustrating and halcyon. That was only during summer, though. Winters in those mountains were extremely frigid, each morning more severe than the last. Her father could drive her to the train station. After waiting 10 minutes for the engine to warm up and the iced-over windows to clear. Ooh. Wanna take that, I assume?
Sure. Mine's starting up the car for me.
Her father could savor his morning coffee, leaving her to venture outside and rev the engine. The music is going, huh?
It sure is.
Out the front door she could go, traversing the garden with icy breath until she reached that old sedan. As always, she inserted the key, then started the ignition. The engine rumbled to life. Just as she probably finished that humble task she'd done so many times before, a shrill scream pierced the air. She knew, even though it wasn't human, that the feeble sound was a cry of agony. A few moments passed. Her father came out and opened the hood of the car. Creaking fan belts. A monstrous-looking engine. And something that didn't belong. There was a cat, a mother by the looks of it, and her 2 kittens. The 3 cats had been huddling for warmth in the engine's compartment. The mother cat was missing its head. One of the kittens had been mangled beyond recognition by the engine belts and surely died instantly. The other kitten, its face half covered in blood, panted faintly. It desperately clung to its mother, or rather, the chunk of meat that had been its mother, with the last bit of life it could muster.
Oh, we're starting off in some kind of way, huh? So let me just say, first off, this has happened to me.
No!
This is I'm from a very snowy place. I've seen this happen before.
No!
You always bang on your head in the winter before you start your car.
No!
Okay, I'm fine. Poor things.
Her father lamented their plight. The previous night had been especially cold. After he had returned home yesterday, the cats must have snuck under the hood, drawn by the warmth of the engine. They had slept next to the engine and awoken to a storm of spinning belts. Ow! 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 Thank you, Tavi. This money will go to making sure cats do not get caught in the engine.
I'm gonna cry. Let's get through this, please.
Cars in the 80s were not sealed particularly well, so this was not unheard of.
It's okay. It wasn't your fault.
Her father's voice seemed distant. She could only make out a small tuft of the kitten's gray fur. The rest of it was caked in the blood of its mother and brother. I can see its skull. The fragile life of a speckled kitten. Trembling and possibly blind, It continued to nuzzle against its dead mother's chest.
待ちなさい。
Wait.
She took the kitten into her arms and ran deep into the mountains to her grandfather's house. Was it because she was overcome with regret? Or was it the shock of grief? Years later, she still wasn't sure. Fighting back the welling tears, she burst into her grandfather's workshop. Her grandfather was a magician who could do anything. She had never seen magic. She knew that magic was a fantasy straight out of fairy tales, but so was her grandfather. She had to find him. He was the only one who could help.
子猫の運命を変えろという。
I can take it. I suppose you want to alter this kitten's fate. The cave-dwelling magician said indifferently. This kitten needs her help, she pleaded. But it was a simple task, or a Herculean labor, her grandfather could not say. He simply granted the girl's childish wish like a machine. Oh no, the girl said. Before she knew it, however, she was holding a tiny corpse in her hands. Its fur was cold. The warmth of life had left its body, and the tears she had fought so hard to hold back poured from her eyes. Regret spread through her chest like an endless gray sky. You were too late. Some things cannot be undone. Her mind struggled to come to grips with what just had occurred. The last 10 minutes were a total blank. Who she met, what she had known, it was all as if it never happened. The only thing she was sure of was that life, once extinguished, can never return. Is somebody there? That day, it was her mistake that gave birth to me. Indeed. Whatever occurred that day, it was a day of nostalgia and longing. This is the fairy tale of 8 years ago. The day they first met, that no magic can ever bring back. Fascinating. Ooh, the fade-in? Arrogant, greedy, and able only to destroy. I must be a wolf. I don't have regrets, there's no looking back. If my pride has left you behind, my sincere condolences. But at any rate, I suppose it's my fate to die at the hands of Little Red Riding Hood.
That's a tone setter.
That is a tone setter! Oh! Sorry, I'm already like looking at the visuals, right? You too?
This is incredibly impressive.
Hey, Harukana, hi! This is really cool so far, holy shit.
I'm already very visually impressed.
It was a quiet morning. From her bed, she could see the sky was ashen, a watercolor gray. The thermometer displayed 43 degrees Fahrenheit, a rather unforgiving temperature for November. Her stomach woke up with a growl, pathetically reminding her that she had completely missed breakfast. But lazy mornings like today's were, for her, a blessing. It was already well past 8 in the morning. On any ordinary weekday, tardiness could be unavoidable, but today, classes were cancelled in commemoration of the school's anniversary. Gratefully, she had every intention of taking it easy for the first time in ages. Outside the window was a gloomy gray, and it reminded her more of evening than morning. It wasn't a pleasant morning by any stretch of the imagination. But having been up all night until just 3 hours ago, she couldn't care less about the weather outside. All she cared about was more sleep. As long as she could spend her morning in bed, what was happening outside was of no concern to her. She shut the curtains, then closed her eyes and tried to let sleep reclaim her. I'd like a nice uneventful dream for 2 hours, thank you. Blissful slumber found her soon enough. Her consciousness faded. However, her simple request could be mercilessly refused. A faint but shrill sound lingered in her ears. It was the unmistakable ring of a telephone. Much to her chagrin, her eyes popped open out of habit. Oh, come on, why today of all days? The telephone was situated in the foyer of the first floor. Answering it meant walking down a 30-foot corridor and going down a flight of stairs. In her sleep-deprived state, that distance seemed somewhere between incredibly far and astronomically far. The phone's incessant ringing continued. She knew the caller could eventually give up if she ignored it. She chose to fight the urge. Ooh. Why doesn't Alice answer it? She thought her housemate could get it, but she soon had to abandon all hope. The realization struck her to her that her housemate did not have the day off from school and was likely in class at her prestigious little hilltop academy. The caller proved incredibly persistent. That persistence made the volume of the ringing seem even louder. I'm trying to sleep here. She was left with no choice but to get up, throw a top on, and leave the room. God, it's cold. She rubbed her hands together to warm her numb fingers. The mansion's heating system was inadequate, to say the least, which meant that winter was the very worst of uninvited guests. Never more so than on a dreary morning as this, when one didn't need to use a thermometer to know how cold it was. The mansion sat in the mountains and was surrounded by dense forest. Winter always arrived here first before moving on to nearby towns. The robotic ring of the telephone reverberated throughout the long hallway. The mansion's furnishings had been so perfectly maintained that it made the place feel unlived. It seemed lonelier than it did splendid. Coupled with a dreary morning, it could have passed for a haunted house.
Nasu fucking loves his mansions that just look like old Western dilapidated, like nightmare places.
Yeah, and he loves giving that to, like, main characters who are, like, really out of place in them. Well, it is a haunted house, I suppose. It's too large for just the two of us. How many CGs of various hallways, corridors, and stairways? And, like...
The budget.
She
They
counted
spent
more...
millions making this house look like shit.
She count... It's so
Sorry.
good. No, it's so good. She counted more than 30 rings since it first began. The caller either had a lot of free time on their hands or had a good understanding of the house's circumstances. Like, also just the quality of the background itself, right? Like, whew, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
The green in the wood, the decorations in the place, the slow pan to showcase everything. Look at the floors reflecting.
a deranged thing to say. I can smell this room. Like with the fireplace there, like I know what it would be
With the
like to be
fireplace
here.
and the rain outside.
I can feel it.
The couple either had a lot of free time on their hands or had a good understanding of the house's circumstances. She had a strong hunch that it was the latter. The window above looked out onto a gloomy sky. She hastened to catch the unrelenting ring in the act as soon as possible. Though she had a feeling that her happy morning might come to a close the moment she caught it. It was here that a series of incidents began. Apologies for the lack of romance to this tale. For whether it be objectively true or merely supposition, it is always from gloomy and unassuming beginnings that extraordinary events are set into motion. Ooh.
Love the music.
Oh!
Oh, we're in for it. This is beautiful. What the fuck?
Oh my god!
This is gorgeous.
I am feeling it.
I'm marveling at both the production value and also the architecture.
Oh, you cannot see the video! Chat, you cannot see the video!
You get nothing, chat room.
We're just seeing Aoko on the umbrella. Oh, I need to see if I can, catch this in a moment again.
Also, I gotta say, funny little fate parallels of Rin being woken up by the telephone as well. Really good for this. Are you ready for Rin was the pro tag? I've been ready.
I mean, even if you know what is happening. Oh, I still want to. Oh my god! The graphics and angles are getting to me.
Literally so impressive.
As an artist, I am.
As aspiring VM developers ourselves, Mamma Mia. It's so pretty. It's setting such a beautiful, tone. It's also, really gray and dreary and a little rainy where I'm at right now. So this is just, very immersive.
Oh. God, the dirt on the sides of the wall?
God.
Oh my god. And the way that she walks alone away from the other umbrellas?
What a shot, baby.
Oh my god. Witch on the holy night, baby.
It's not gonna ruin maybe any project we want to make, because we don't hold ourselves to the standards of a studio with a decade or more of experience.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the normal time? It is going to be the normal time for this. Hi.
Hi, Sebastian. 1 second. I need. Right. I should be able to go back. Yes. Okay. So give me a moment. I'm going to do something for this. I think I know how to fix this.
Exciting.
I may need a moment. Okay, that
Perfect
should
timing?
do
Yeah.
it.
Have we
Oh,
seen
yeah.
Strange Fake? Started it, not through it yet.
I am caught up with the anime currently, but also don't know anything that happens later with the manga and with the light novels. So I'm basically unspoiled on the future. Very, very normal about Bloody. Okay. That should be captured. Okay. I'm going to click now to go forward. I'm going to see if it works. And if it works and you all can see it, I'm going to let that whole scene play again while I go get my dinner.
Okay, I'll be here, I guess.
Let's see. Does it work? It does. Okay. I'll be back in a second, chat.
I guess I'll be here through the credit crawl. Hi everybody. How's everybody doing? It is genuinely really beautiful art. All good? Happy to see this? Hell yeah. The end's pretty, it's gorgeous. I feel like I'm gonna spend this whole thing, like I'm gonna have a crook in my neck by the end of this, because I'm just leaning out past this fucking Ahoge. Just wanted to say it's spring. Oh. She's wiggling. Chat, she's wiggling. The Ahoge is a transmission antenna. Yeah, that's why her Wi-Fi is so good.
But yeah, no, you all can see now why we were like really enjoying this. Look at the water. Look at the water.
So fucking pretty. Literally, like, this bodes so well. I love how vibrant the color red is here. I wonder how much of this visual presentation I'm currently missing because I do not process colors properly.
Oh! So Aoko is the only one with a red umbrella.
I see. I was not aware of the use of contrast in this scene.
Yeah, no, we've literally just started, Senna, and it has been gorgeous so far.
Ah!
The cable lines.
The production value is already insane. Like, we're just looking at, like, static shots in the intro. I can only imagine how this is gonna kick off when it actually gets there. The end has more animation than some anime. Yeah, I believe that.
Really special. One second. Okay, I cannot tell the name because I don't know one of the kanji here, but this seems to be a private high school. Which strange fake sermon is my favorite? I'll split between true customers. I actually am going to refrain on saying anything about strange fake and discussing it here until Ania has caught up.
Hi.
So she can participate on the conversation, so I'll keep it under wraps. The rain had subsided somewhat by the time she reached the school gate. Sunlight seemed to be playing peekaboo behind the clouds in the distance. It looked like it might be cleared up by early afternoon.
と言っても、私には関係のない話だけど。
Not that it has anything to do with me, though. The weather reflected her luck. On top of being forced out of the house at such an early hour, she had to suffer through a winter rain. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. The sinking feeling she had only grew as she passed throughout the entrance and headed inside. Ooh. She didn't encounter any other student along the way. Nor did she see anyone taking part in club activities neither. The reception desk to the faculty room simply read, "Faculty closed." The school had given all of its students a day off. Except those explicitly summoned, like her. A fact that irked her more and more as the minutes passed. She opened the door to the faculty room and headed toward the desk she had visited a number of times before. The man at the desk wore a plain shirt and suit that were nonetheless neatly pressed. Slim frame glasses adorned his face, giving off an amicable yet cunning air. The mild-mannered image this mid-20s man presented clashed with the cigarette he smoked. He didn't appear to have noticed her yet.
Yamashiro-sensei.
Mr. Yamashiro? Yamashiro, no Shiro. No, actually, yeah. She closed the door with a bang. Showing no response to the sudden sound, Mr. Yamashiro lifted his head.
やあ、おはよう、青崎くん。要件は聞いているかな?
Sorry, just how I was sitting. Hey there. Good morning, Isazaki. I guess this means you got the call.
はい。1時間前に
Yes,
自宅で。
they called me at home about an hour ago, out of the blue. How's the music? That should be fine, actually. Having graduated from this high school himself, Mr. Yamashiro was not much older than the rest of the students. For that reason, the students preferred him over the other teachers. He always had something interesting to talk about and kept conversations casual. In fact, he seemed more like an older student than a teacher, but she unfortunately didn't share her fellow students' fondness of him. She was of the opinion that teachers should come across as more austere. Like an iron fist that could inspire both love and hate in equal measure, not a body to joke and pal around with. He was the exact opposite of how she felt a teacher should be. It was only natural that her manner toward him could be forced and unfriendly. Not that she'd ever been wired to make friendly small talk.
今日もご機嫌斜めみたいだね、君
You're
は。
in a foul mood today?
それは先生の気のせいです。
You must be imagining
今日だ
it.
け特別
I'm like
という
this
話
every
はありませ
day.
んから
Oh, I
Once-
love her already.
Yeah, one thing I do realize I should do is lower the voice volume a little bit if we're gonna be talking over it. There we go. And yeah, there has not been a single sprite yet. It's all been CGs.
Impressive.
The matter-of-fact answer perfectly matched the displeasure displayed on her face. Her bad mood from having to get up early and the tiredness from staying up late must have collectively made her look positively adversarial.
そうならいいんだけどね。
If you say so, just go easy on our guest, okay? To be honest, we're not completely sure how to deal with him yet.
ところもあるし。
先生その
About that, do you want to tell me what the hell is going on? Because I have no clue. A little bit less than that. As Mr. Yamashiro met her piercing eyes, he finally understood the reason behind her tone and slowly put out his cigarette.
電話じゃあなんて聞いたの?
Let's start at the beginning. What did they tell you over the phone?
転入生の紹介を
Just that I'd
す
been
る
introduced to a transfer student. They were a little hazy on the rest though. One of Mr. Yamashiro's eyebrows stood up. impressed by the brevity of her answer. He could see that she was angry, not because she had been called to school on her day off, but because she hadn't been told why she was here. Mr. Yamashiro chuckled sympathetically.
先生、これが笑い話なら。
If this was all a joke to you, perhaps I should just go home.
いや、ごめんごめん。謝って。
Wait, I didn't mean to
冗
laugh.
談じゃなくて。
This is not a practical joke. We could really use your help.
手を借りたくてね。
本当に。
So there really is a transfer student?
訳ありというか。
Yes, but he has... How should I put it? Difficult circumstances.
彼、宗十郎君と言うんだけど。
His name is Sojiro, and he's a bit peculiar. We thought someone around the same age would be best suited to show him the ropes.
She threw him an unamused look. It was negligent of them to be pushing teaching duties on her, but she did wonder how exactly this transfer student was peculiar. Maybe he meant the student had behavioral problems or was difficult somehow. But peculiar? She didn't have the slightest idea what that meant.
ずれてるなんて。そう使
You
わない
don't hear a teacher call someone that every day. She had her doubts, but swept them aside for now. This wasn't the time to get distracted by more concerns. I can't get enough of the fact that we have yet to see her face. They very, very intentionally kept her out of frame this entire time. Oh. Okay. Hi? Game? Game?
Game, please. Game? Game?
Oh no! Wait, what? Why? Did I pause accidentally? Hi?
Well, that was fun, everybody. See y'all next week.
No! What did I do? Interesting shot to freeze.
And I'm like pointing at like the CG and pogging. She's just like Rin.
Oh. Oh, did you hear that?
No.
That is fascinating. I clicked quit to close the game, and I heard the sound of a menu opening, likely with a "Do you want to exit the game?" like message, but the image is frozen.
Amazing.
Okay. Oh, it's like stuck. 1 second. I need to actually,
Yep, tech issues, everybody. Just a moment.
There we go. Hello, Dindy.
If you're
So
practicing a message with spoilers, maybe don't say it.
yeah, I was going to say that this is a good time to say this is our first time ever playing or seeing anything about this game. And please be careful about mentioning anything, even if it's something minor that will be shown like soon after or anything. Okay, that's the one, yeah.
Don't set expectations, don't allude, don't vague post, don't foreshadow, don't spoil. I'll kill you with my hands.
Zero help on anything here.
Absolutely nothing. Same as it was for
Ooh.
Fate. I'll start fighting. Oh, what a pretty
Wait.
menu.
We got a menu now. I am not going to open extra or anything just yet. Let's see, continue where... Oh, it like auto-saved the beginning of the scene. Which means I can like skip over to here. That's nice, actually. And it's like really, really easy to go through. That is good convenience to know.
先生、
I'm making sure I don't accidentally skip it. There we go.
What did you miss? Not much.
We literally just like got the setup for this. She had her doubts, but swept them aside for now. This wasn't the time to get distracted by more concerns. The fact remained that this conversation was all the peculiar she could handle, and she needed some more information. She was already beginning to fantasize about saying no and curling up in her warm bed at home.
一つ質問があります。
I have a question.
何？あ、学年は君と同じ2年生だよ。
Yes. He's a second year student like you. He's well behaved and a good listener. He's not the most energetic individual, but that just means he'll be easier to get along with, right?
付き合いやすいだろ？
Maybe a little bit less. Oh, it reads a D volume, that's why.
Tisk tisk.
Tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. Sorry to be like really, specific.
Now is the time to be meticulous, because it's going to affect us forever.
Yeah. Nice fucking bookmark.
I will never forget what this scene was about.
青崎くんとはクラスは違うけど、きっと仲良くな。
He's not in the same room or homeroom class as you, but I'm sure you'll get along just...
そういったことは本人が
I'll be the judge of that when I actually meet him.
そうではなく
And none of that answered my question. Why me? Her tone was still stern. It was clear that she was willing to cooperate. She had decided to put her feelings of dissatisfaction aside and focus on the task at hand. Forcing herself to act empathetic in spite of her self-absorbed nature was something she was used to. Paradoxically, this force of will was also the reason teachers put so much faith in her. To a point. At times, that strength shattered expectation, and on those occasions, they were left with no choice but to treat it like a natural disaster and weather it until it passed. That was how Mr. Yamashiro had come to deal with her as over the past year.
もう一度だけ聞きます。山下
I will ask you one more time, Mr. Yamashiro.
それで
Why does it have to be me? Pressured by a question without a clear yes or no answer, he answered.
うん、それはね。
Well, about that.
There we go. Sorry about that.
別に青崎くんが先生方に
You're probably thinking it's because you're the iron-fisted ruler of the student council and are willing to strike down both teacher and student for the good of the school, but you'd be wrong.
That, I love actually learning that she's part of the student council.
She's like if you merged Rin and Issei.
Oh my god, that is the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
They did it! They finally had a child!
こんな呼びつけを受ける理由
I can't imagine any other reason you'd call me. Her eyes did nothing to hide her disbelief as she glared at him. Strength far beyond that of an ordinary 17-year-old girl, coupled with the youthful beauty of one. Mr. Yamashiro let out a genuine smile, admiring the miraculous balance of qualities.
いや、責務だけでいいの
I
は
mean,
僕がやってるさ。
I'd handle this myself if it was just about pure obligation. But who gets this job has nothing to do with whether they're a teacher or on the student council.
なんていうか、こんな頼みを損得
I
抜き
just
で
felt
聞
that
いて
you
く
were
れ
the
るのは
only one who would
君だ
entertain
けだ
this
と思
kind
う
of a request without needing to weigh
適任
all
ですわ
sides.
と強く推
That's why I
薦したの
insisted it be you.
In other words, he knew she couldn't say no. She wouldn't say no.
先生
Mr. Yamashiro?
うわ、怖っ。もう睨まない睨まない。
Would you stop glaring at me like that?
僕にはともか
At
く
least put on a smile for your new
笑顔で
schoolmate.
とまあ、納得してくれた
Look,
なら
if you're agreeing to help, we should go see him. We've already kept him waiting long enough as it is.
それと、雨の中ご苦労様。
And
帰りはもちろん
because you
車で
braved
送
the
る。
rain to get here, I'd be happy to give you a ride home.
Mr. Yamashiro stood up gracefully. I'm good, thanks, she replied, before turning and walking out of the faculty room. Ooh, the rain. He'd been waiting for about an hour. Well, he did. The rain shower lightened into a drizzle. His mind wandered as he listened to the sound of the raindrops. He says misogyny and Rain's misandry fuse into one being who just dislikes people.
And we make one perfect misanthrope together.
That's so funny. God, that's so pretty of it clearing up. Come on.
So gorgeous. Oh my god.
The room was filled with neatly arranged rectangular tables. He was the only one there. Quite some time had passed since he had been brought to this room and asked to wait. Even the best behaved student might have grown dissatisfied or anxious with the situation by now, but the boy stuck to his spot like a scarecrow. He was chilled to the bone. It was the end of November, and the low temperature in the morning had marked the start of winter. The room was not much warmer. The heater hadn't been turned on. Either he'd missed the teacher telling him to turn it on, or he'd never seen one in his life. He breathed lightly on his freezing fingers as he aimlessly surveyed his surroundings. This dreary place was apparently a meeting room. The other students might have considered it a wonderful place to meet, but to him it was drab and overly spacious. It was a lifeless place that reminded him of an arid cave. Stuck in this cold room with absolutely nothing to do, his mind turned to what they wanted to discuss. Back in my high school, the big, whole room that we had for events and sometimes for some tests had this exact fucking ceiling, and I spent so long, drawing lines between the dots or counting them.
Yeah. Oh my
Right?
god, the counting the dots specifically.
The counting.
Yes, exactly. The way these are all slightly off center from each other is pissing me off in the exact same way.
I love that. Unable to come up with a solid answer, he returned his attention to the sound of the rain.
Did the Discord stream freeze for me? Come on, Discord.
Oh no, take your time.
You know it's me. Okay, we're good.
Sorry, I took a bite while you were dealing with that.
You fucking would.
Don't forget the random hole that someone made by throwing their shoe. So that
To me,
didn't
it
happen.
was... Oh, I was gonna say, for me, it was all the holes from people throwing their pencils into the ceiling.
So we didn't have that because at least the ceiling we had here was a little bit more sturdy than that.
Well.
The rain hardly resembled the rain in the mountains. Though he could still recognize it, barely. Its smell and sound were harsher, but at the end of the day, rain was still rain. So even this world, alien as it was, could have something in common with the mountains. That trivial detail perked him up a little. He liked how the town looked soaked in rain. Naturally, he preferred the sunny weather, but he liked rain in its own way. The fog from the rain had soaked up the scent of the soil, and it reminded him of home. It was at times like these that he was able to numb the anxiety the city gave him. But then he let out a discouraged sigh. How pathetic. He'd already been here 2 weeks, and thoughts of his hometown still made him sad. Perhaps feeling that he was being unfair to his new life, he composed himself and continued to wait patiently. As if having a passion for distractions, his attention returned to the sound of the rain once more. Waiting like this didn't seem to be particularly hard for him. He quietly endured the numbing cold and the hour alone with calm, deep breaths. As the saying goes, good things come to those who wait. A strong point of his or not, he was astonishingly patient. It was certainly helping him out in this moment.
My god. Oh, the focus change.
She, on the other hand, was livid. The profile of the transfer student had been explained to her on her way to the meeting room. She was told that he had lived his whole life up in the mountains without any electricity. That meant more than half of civilized society could have been an utter mystery to him. What a miserable level of isolation. How is it even possible in post-war Japan? He's like Robinson Crusoe. She had every right to be angry. His village had apparently remained isolated in the mountains for many years. Sorry, the light? The light
raise is crazy. That's crazy. That's insane. This game has already shown me the most pretty CGs I've ever seen in a VN.
We just started. This isn't even a poignant moment. This is setup.
I know. This is nothing. It's just the intro. It's crazy.
Contact with villages in the foothills of the mountains only occurred once a month or so, which was unfathomable in modern Japan. Although expressways and Japan Rail, the old national railways, now spanned the country like arteries, it wasn't entirely impossible for mountain villages like his to exist. But she couldn't imagine how someone born to such circumstances could think or live. When you say no electricity, you mean in general, right? Like, he must have had access to a public phone?
Apparently not. He mentioned how shocked he was by the phones when he started living here. I kid you not. He said, wow, telephones are so useful. Couldn't really deny that, could I?
God! He's like so out of his depth.
Relatable.
Mm-hmm. She shot a sidelong glare his way as he laughed. It seemed that the naivete of the country boy had cheered up Mr. Yamashiro a bit. They probably didn't have police officers either. My family home is up in the mountains, so it's not inconceivable they couldn't have electricity. But he doesn't even know what school is?
Nope, he'd heard of them, but this is apparently his first time visiting one. Maybe that's why he's nervous. He wasn't very talkative. He's almost, what would you call it, feral? Like a boy raised by wolves. I suppose that makes this a safari. Hey, you're scaring me, Ozaki. I was joking. Go easy, okay? And don't worry, I got the feeling from talking to him that he's a nice kid. He was almost like, I don't know, a cute little animal that doesn't speak human. You can't fucking say that!
I love how we're setting him up. It's your goat, it is! Your jokes and metaphors aren't helping. As she gave her blunt reply, she tried to simulate in her mind what life without electricity could be like, but the thought of it took her sour mood from bad to worse. After all, it was a world she had never known. She could understand why the teachers had given up. She, too, wanted to give up and return to her warm bed, but her good-for-nothing pride was holding her hostage. Not only did the teachers believe she was up to the task, but she also believed she could do it. It wasn't that easy to go back on her word, no matter how bad things looked after the fact. She walked along the hallway, the rain pattering in the background. The meeting room was already in sight. With a furrowed brow, she fixed her long hair in anticipation of meeting the unknown stranger within. Her elegant strides were like those of a confident general going into battle.
Azaki. I believe in you and all, but I'll say it again. Be nice, okay? Can you at least smile?
I'm bad at faking smiles, but I will do my best.
Really? That's a relief. I really mean it. It's good to know you're not good at everything.
Mr. Yamashiro's shoulders slumped the second they reached the meeting room. As he put his hand to the door, his eyes seemed to say to her, "Be nice, please." This only made her more irritated.
分かってるわよ。
You already know I'm not the friendliest looking person in the world, but I can just make myself smile at the drop of a hat.
大体そういう
You should have asked Tobimaru if that's what you were after.
向いてるって。
She sighed about her social shortcomings, but then it occurred to her that being called into school on a day off while sleep deprived wasn't anything to smile about anyway. She also thought the person responsible for this mess could be better off attending elementary school. It might not be his fault, but neither was it her duty or obligation to do the teacher's work for them. At the very least, they could have used their brains and organized all this on a normal school day, and not complain she wanted to boys later.
いや、というか敵。
I hate him already. He's my sworn enemy, and I haven't even met him. Sorry, but I couldn't care less about his extenuating circumstances. You think this isn't awkward for me too? Honestly, why did this have to happen when I'm so busy? Her pounding headache from a lack of sleep had boosted her aggression by 10%. No matter how harmless the guy on the other side of the door may be, anyone who disturbed her sleep was the enemy.
She's so real.
I kinda love her already a lot.
Same here. Oh my god.
And just as she was reaching peak annoyance, Mr. Yamashiro opened the door to the meeting room. The room slowly slid into view. She didn't care for formalities. Just looked straight ahead and stormed into the room. And found herself face to face with a most unusual opponent. I like that the narrator is like interjecting like if it were a character too, right?
Yeah. A big fan. Also, yeah, the fact that 10% is I fucking hate him is really funny.
Before we
That's
go
10%.
on, I love her. Oh, bones. Ow.
Oh, are you crunching bones?
Yeah, that was my bones, don't worry about it.
Lol.
Before we go on, let's see from another perspective. Turning back the clock just a little. You don't have to do anything. For some, these words are a priceless luxury. For others, they're unbearable torture. For the proactive girl, it was definitely the former, though she'd be too suspicious of the motives of anyone giving her such a gift to accept it. For the passive boy, it was definitely the latter, a bitter thorn that made him homesick. Though at this very moment, his mind was still distracted with the wait for his face to reveal any discontent. He maintained perfect posture as he stared at the gray sky. He had already waited a whole hour, but figured they must have had their reasons for making him wait. And as long as he had the sound of the rain to soothe him, he could keep on waiting.
でもそろそろ9時を過ぎるのか。
Am I taking this one?
どうなんだろう。
Must be 9 o'clock already. Yeah, that seems about right.
He'd been vaguely keeping track of the time as he listened to the rain. Due to the holiday, the school building was completely silent, except for the patter of the rain on the window. The mood felt as damp as the air. God, look at this!
It's so gorgeous. That's so gorgeous.
It feels more like an animatic of an episode than a VN, if that makes sense, yeah?
It does. No, you're so right.
Holy shit. It was then he heard the heavy clatter of footsteps approaching.
忘れられているかと思った。
Finally. I thought they'd forgotten about me.
He could hear two sets of footsteps, one heavier set belonging to an adult. He breathed a sigh of relief as the door slid open.
すまないね。随分とお待たせしちゃって。
So sorry to keep you waiting.
Sorry for the little pauses while I'm fucking eating, by the way.
What are you eating?
Sandwich.
Sandwich.
The first
Adam
person.
that was so fucking sorry. Sandwich.
The first person he saw was a man wearing glasses and an awkward smile. That's Mr. Yamashiro, the one who brought me here.
あれ里中先生いないんですか
Hey, where's Mr. Satonaka?
話し相手になって
I
あげて
told him to keep you company. He shouldn't have left you here.
Omelette sandwich, Tom.
That sounds fucking me up, man.
Mr. Yamashiro scratched his head, looking increasingly apologetic. And then, from behind him... God!
Amazing.
With a tight-lipped expression that made it clear she didn't want to be there. A dark-haired girl with a determined look in her eye appeared. Oh, the pun? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Expectations ridiculous. We're gonna be going on like this for the first, like, the whole thing.
I'm taking notes.
Me too, me too.
Sojiro gulped. Sound of the rain on the window faded into nothingness. That's when he knew. This was how it felt when time stood still. Under she. She blinked quickly a few times, as if taken aback. Why was anyone's guess? The boy was everything she expected a naive country boy to look like. However, she felt something she couldn't understand. His eyes widened slightly, as if taken aback. The reason was obvious. Putting his feelings into words was a different matter altogether, so we will never know exactly what he experienced in that moment. That's when it hit him. He sensed he'd been touched by the hands of destiny.
紹介するよ彼が転入生の
Allow me to introduce the two of you. This is the transfer student I mentioned, Sojiro Suzuki. She's in.
で、こっちの彼女がしずきくんの案内
And
役
this is the girl that will be showing you around.
うちの生徒会長で休日を
She's a student council president and came in on her day off just to welcome you.
青崎青子く
Her
ん
name is Aoko Azaki.
It's not to show that off. The shots are happening because the shot of their eyes and faces have been very deliberate so far. Come on. Oh, the water on the windows. Oh.
Sorry, I just noticed that he has the shadow of the rain on his coat in that previous CG.
Oh, 1 second. I can gently go back. Oh, there we go. See?
で
Oh my god, he does!
Holy shit! It's so good.
うちの生徒会長で休日をして新しい仲間の案内役を買ってきてくれた青崎
Also, just the different angles of the ceiling that we're seeing because the two of them are on different positions right now.
Crazy good.
And the shadow of the water drop is on the wood there too. Oh my god. His voice and the sound of the rain seem distant. This is how they first met. Such was their start, for better or worse, like the ephemeral beauty of fireworks. Oh man. It was commonly believed among the students that Aoko was always in a foul mood. But this gossip was 90% prejudice, as Aoko simply didn't have the time to be irritated 24/7.
I love her. She's so good.
Oh my god, it's so funny. The reality was she simply didn't want to explain herself all the time, and therefore seemed angry about something, obvious or not. This idle gossip did, however, lead to her earning the title of one of the school's 7 deadly threats. The remaining 10% of the gossip was right on the mark. Aoko herself often had the feeling that her tendency to feel animosity toward harmless things was akin to what a chronic headache sufferer might experience. Today fell under that 10%. For today, her anger was pure, and her childish and selfish display was befitting of her actual age. The meeting room was dimly lit, awash in the colors of the rain. To reduce electricity costs, school regulations forbid the use of lights during the day. This was the setting the three of them found themselves in. Her first impression was that his calm demeanor reminded her of a field of wildflowers. In spite of his perfect posture, his overall air felt placid, tame even. And though describing him as meek could be going too far, at the very least he was passive. Even through his uniform, she could see that he was thinner than average. His dark hair was unkempt, and he came across as a wholly forgettable boy. If she had to look at him in a more positive light, she could describe him as more a young man than a boy. It was his calm demeanor that made him seem more mature. Was that the cause of Aoko's reasonless reaction? He seemed almost too at home in the meeting room, and she was left with the impression that it was her and the teacher, not this outsider, who were the guests here. She felt an unidentifiable aggravation building within her, almost as if her right to be here was in question. Aoko felt herself raising her natural defenses.
信じられない。
What's with me?
今は
Am I really this angry for no reason? She hated not understanding things, her own emotions in particular. It pained her less than you would imagine for a perfectionist like her, but it still nagged her like a thorn in her side.
ほら青崎くん挨拶してあげなくちゃ
Aozaki, why don't you introduce yourself?
He does have bandages around the neck, yep. I wonder what that's about.
Who knows?
Sorry. That is beautiful.
She is already iconic. She's gonna be a favorite, I can already tell.
I am screenshotting that one for you.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh. There's my OBS. There we go. Mr. Yamashiro's attempt to relieve the tension was equally irritating.
挨拶。
Introduce myself, huh? After casting a nasty glance in the teacher's direction, Aoko turned to face the boy. From an outsider's perspective, it might have looked like a stare down. And in that instant, the culmination of her emotional state hurled toward the innocent boy and skewered him. She's so mean.
いや待たせたねしずきくん
Again, sorry for the wait, Chizuki.
Hearing his name, Sojiro came to his senses. His stunned gaze shook loose. He took a deep breath to clear his head. Choking it up to nervous, Mr. Yamashiro broke out a smile and turned to the girl standing beside him.
紹介するよ彼が転入生のしずき宗十郎くん
I'll do the introductions then. This is the transfer student, Sojiro
こっ
Shizuki.
ちの彼女がしずきくん
This
の
is our
案内
student
役
council president who came in on her
うちの生徒会
day
長
off
で休
just
日
to
をし
show
て
you around.
新しい
Her
仲間
name
の
is
案内役を
Aoko
買って出てく
Ayozaki.
れた青崎青子くんだ
She fucking hates him, dude. Having been introduced by Mr. Yamashiro, the girl took a step forward. Her eyes were merciless. Her stare an unspoken threat to violently trample her opponent. Sojiro, on the other hand, managed to keep his own composure, despite the shock at how confrontational she appeared. She had never been greeted quite like this before, but suppose, mistakenly, that this was how people treated each other in the city. The exchange must have looked quite dramatic to an onlooker. A girl ready to brawl. An earnest country boy desperate to understand. It was a murderous limbo, especially for anyone in the room with them.
Only 10%, by the way.
Only 10%! Like Mr. Yamashiro, for example. Well, he had thought he had made the right decision choosing an honor student to help him out. She was in an inexplicably mad mood, and the tension in the air was undeniable. It was this moment that he realized his failure. His realization had come far too late. One false move, and this girl, for whom no problem was too large, could becoming a storm that could rock the very foundation of this. Oh, typo! Just as the almighty Joker card could bring either fortune or disaster, the sole teacher who had been present at the time could come to bear the blame for the scandal that ensued.
Wow, you two really seem to have hit it off. I suppose I'll leave you two to it then.
I love the little feather on the text, makes it look like he's like sweat dropping.
Yeah, yeah.
Or crying.
Maybe both.
Mr. Yamashiro laughed nervously as he crept toward the door.
I'll be in the faculty room. Stop by when you're finished. You'll be alright, won't you, Azaki? You're the student council president. Don't let me down.
Oh, he actually bailed! He bailed! Mr. Yamashiro left, leaving the two in a locked-eyed state, one in which one set of eyes was doing all the glaring. All that remained in the room was an artless boy and a cross-armed guarded girl. Oh, the way that the music timed those two, holy shit, did you? The two lingered in silence. They resembled shogi players, agonizing over their first moves, though it was only Aoko who was reading so much into the situation. She decided to put her irritation aside for the time being. With no reason to feel revulsion for him in the first place, she sighed deeply and faced Sojiro. Whatever. It's not like this is the first time that Mr. Yamashiro landed me in it. So, what's your name again? Her tone was nothing if not reproachful, though he had done nothing to offend her. But the boy failed to pick up on it. Hey, Eve! Hi, welcome!
Hi, welcome.
Welcome back too, Alex. 1 second.
One.
No, wait! Ow. There we go, it didn't fire. So you just manually fired it.
I'm imagining you being mugged, like someone's got like a gun on you, and they go to like click and it misfires, and you're like, oh! And you reach forward and like cock the hammer and like push it up to your forehead, like, try again.
Try again! Do it again! Also, remember for 12 months, that's a whole year, Eve! That's a lot!
She hit like a 60 stream watch streak on my stream the other day.
God.
Dedicated.
Incapable of such venom himself.
Sojiro Suzuki.
He replied.
And you're Miss... Oh. And you're Miss Azaki, right?
For whatever reason, he came across as happy in his response. Drop the mess, that's not my style. Is Suzuki fine? Shizuki, right.
What do you mean?
だから呼び方くんづけでいいか
What do you mean? What do I mean?
何よおかしなこと言った私
Hello? Did I say something weird?
いや、すごく。
Yeah, very.
The boy replied immediately, as if it was a natural response, but quickly second-guessed himself.
いや、いいんだ。
Never mind. That must be normal here.
しずきくんで頼む。君
You
は
can call me
青崎でいい
Shizuki. You mind if I call you Azaki?
えよろしく
Suit yourself? She followed her blunt reply with a swift turn away from him. But she was hardly thrilled at the prospect of the task at hand. It had been entrusted to her, and it was her personal policy to see it through to the end.
悪いけど優しくしてあげる気は
Sorry, but I'm not in the mood for
時
pleasantries.
間も惜しいし
Time is short, so let's get this over with.
それは助かる。やっぱり時間は大切
Sure.
だ。
I know your time is valuable.
Heroes in society? Poor boy is so clueless. Aoko's blunt rancor was lost on him once again.
Her expressions are so good.
He is like no selling her hostility and she hates it. Humans tend to be overly conscious about being ignored, whatever form that takes. But despite being peeved at landing none of her attacks, Aoko did her best to act professionally and directed her guest into the hallway. There was no sunlight in the hallway, nor any sign of life. This was more like a prison than the cave that was the meeting room. As it dawned on Aoko that the hallway matched her mood, she sighed once again.
まず聞いておくけど山城
First
先
things
生から聞い
first,
たことは
did you understand everything Mr. Yamashiro explained to you?
ああ、学校の仕組みについては
Yeah,
分かった。
I get how the school works.
この建物全部に同い年
But
の
it's still a bit
人間
hard to imagine that everyone here is around the same age.
そうよかったわね
I see, great. Aoko rubbed her forehead. This Sojiro kid had no idea what he was in for. Apparently, all he'd heard about school was that it was a place where a lot of people met to study. High school teachers imparted to students their knowledge in various fields of study, while fostering discipline and creativity. But never did Aoko imagine that she could have to explain the concept of school itself to someone. Yes, fundamentals were important, but this was absurd. She had serious doubts whether he could even handle classes, but Mr. Yamashiro insisted that things could work out somehow. Sojiro had managed to pass the transfer exam, after all. Barely.
私には関係ない
Not my problem. Aoko grumbled mentally as she walked down the hallway. Also, yeah, sorry, this slow coming to terms that these are like the actual talk sprites of this VN.
Kinda crazy.
And that they're like arranging them in such a way that fit composited so well into each scene. Like, oh my god.
It's so impressive.
Oh my god. She consoled herself with the fact that today could be the only day she'd spend with this boy out of time. Or at least she tried to keep it that way.
青崎、
Ozaki.
He asked, probably trying to get her attention.
何
こっ
What?
ちも一つ聞いていいかな。
Can I ask you something?
だから何
Yes, what is it? She's so bored. She doesn't want to do this.
俺の気のせいだと思うんだが、
I could be wrong
君は
about
まる
this,
で
but
何かを
you
睨んでいるように
seem
見える。
upset about something.
やはり今朝は悪い
You're not a morning person, are you?
His gaze revealed earnest concern, as if asking her if she remembered to eat breakfast. It was like another hammer to her head. Oh my god, she's such a fucking creature! She's such a fucking creature. Holy shit.
I'm obsessed with her already.
It was true that Aoko had been glaring at Sojiro the entire time. Glaring red-hot daggers, in fact. Not just at him, but the universe. Even on her best days, her roommate used to remark,
青子の視線は普通の人には厳しいわ。
that is you.
That's me?
That is flat affect you.
Oh, I see. Most people can't handle your scowl, Aoko.
もう少し。
It wouldn't hurt you to be a little more tolerant.
She'd been warned that her emotions were so naked on her face that people treated her like a powder keg. That is you, everybody. How naive could the boy be that he could not pick up on this?
私をバカにしてるってわけじゃなさそうよね。
Everybody.
Oh no!
Mm-hmm. He's not making fun of me, is he? No, he couldn't be. The switch of the like focus as
The depth of
this-
field.
Mm.
Crazy good.
Even she found her attempt to reassure herself unconvincing. It began to dawn on Aoko, far too late, that compared to her, this laid-back transfer student might as well have been from another planet.
いいわ。言葉にしないとわ
Look,
からないようだから。
let me spell it out for you, because you're just not getting it.
そうなの。あなたの気のせいじゃなくて。
It's not your imagination. I am angry, and anyone could see that in my eyes. It's easier than trying to make conversation. In response to her words, the Martian clapped his hands together.
なるほど。どうしてそ
That
う
makes
したいのか
sense.
わからないが。
I don't know why you'd want to do it that way, but I guess it's a faster way to express yourself.
Sojiro accepted her reasoning without an argument, though he still had no idea what kinds of emotions she was trying to express. It was as if he could hear the words but didn't grasp the meaning. Ideas that should have connected were instead separated into blocks.
確かにずれてるわ。こいつ。
So it's true? He really is peculiar. Mr. Yamashiro's words made sense to her now. What was odd about this boy went way beyond naivety. A stranger in a strange land he may be, but it was only civilized to forgive him some jet lag-induced confusion.
じゃ、とりあえずあなたの教室に行くから。
Let's visit your classroom. She had regained her composure. Sojiro raised his hand and stopped in his tracks.
あと一つ。
Just one more thing.
Aoko waited for Sojiro to continue. The boy was patient to a fault. She rubbed her forehead with her hand, nursing a vague feeling of uneasiness.
これもちょっとした疑問なんだが。
I wanted
な
to
んで
ask,
君は怒ってる？
why are you so angry?
怒るのが商売とか。
Is it
そう
your
いう
line
言
of
われ方なの
business?
か？
Or does it run in your family? Hey, I think I love these two.
A long silence. The way that the scene pans outside of the building every time that she gets really frustrated is really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a professional hater?
Are you a professional hater, or is it more of a hobby for you?
God. Though she knew it couldn't change the situation, she remembered her regret at answering the phone that morning. He meant no harm. She repeated this thought like a mantra in an attempt to keep her impulses in check.
別にあなたのせいじゃないから気にする必要はない。
It's not you if that's what you're worried
た
about.
だ、
I'm just trying not to think about how much better my day could have gone if I'd slept in until
あ
noon.
まりに利益の違いがあって。
With that big answer, she started to walk again and turned her gaze away from this rude stranger named Sojiro Shizuki. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what constitutes normal is certainly up for debate. Most would undoubtedly refer to him as so. He was a simple and nice boy with nondescript features. If he were an ice cream flavor, he could be vanilla. And Sojiro found Aoko to be very businesslike and full of life. There was a certain purpose to her movements, as they began and ended in an orderly fashion. The way her finger raised when she pointed at things. The way she made her way across the hallways and classrooms. The way she could occasionally glance back at him to make sure he was keeping pace. Each and every movement was so impressive that he couldn't take his eyes off of her. Aoko showed him to his homeroom, Class C of the 11th grade. The room certainly displayed more of a human touch than the previous meeting room, but Sojiro was none the wiser as to its function. Aoko gave a brief explanation before they visited individual subject classrooms, as well as the gym, cafeteria, locker room, and school infirmary. Sojiro asked so many questions that much time passed before they reached the AV room on the second floor.
まずいな。
Oh dear.
Sojiro stopped, looking genuinely concerned.
あと20分経つと1時だ。
It's 20 to 1 already.
嘘でしょ
Huh? You're kidding, right?
そんな広くない
This school isn't that big. We will be done soon. There had begun around 10, which meant that 3 hours had passed. A trophy school shouldn't take anywhere near this long.
そうだったわね
Maybe if you didn't ask so many questions, we'd be done by now. It's a miracle it's still light out. Aoko glared at Sojiro. She was being sarcastic, of course, knowing full well he could never pick up on it. Is he? To her surprise, he looked down apologetically, unable to hide his dejection.
なんだこいつ
I think I broke him. This is a delicious dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
The guy before her was nothing like earlier. In contrast to seeing his once impenetrable veneer when they first met, she found herself feeling sympathetic. Momentarily, at least, until her irritation returned in full force.
で何がまずい
What's the hurry? Don't tell me your brain's not big enough to remember all of this stuff.
いや、それもあるけど。
Well, there's that, but it's more about it almost being 1 o'clock.
Sojiro's gaze wandered as if worried about something. If he was worried about the weather, he could have a hard time seeing it as if there were no windows in this hallway.
へえ時間を気にするってこと
Don't tell me you've got somewhere better to be.
そう
That's perfect. I take time out of my day for you and you don't have the decency to even hang around.
なんだ顔に
You're a real piece of work, you know that?
いや、褒めても何も来ないぞ。
Thanks, I guess. That's nice of you to say.
誰も褒めちゃいないわよ
Not a compliment! She yelled at him, unable to hold back her fury.
I love these two. Oh my god, this is already so good.
で
Well,
Well, what?
それで
what's happening in 20 minutes? Sojiro's face lit up as he finally understood what she was asking
こ
him.
こは秘密にしておきたい。
Oh, it's a secret.
He said with a perfectly straight face.
慣れ始めたつもりだったけど
Every time I think I've got this guy figured out, he finds a way to trip me up. Her frustration was natural. Still, she did everything she could to stifle her feelings and fake a smile.
しずきくん
You want to repeat that, Shizuki? God! She took a step forward.
秘密だってば。
Like I said, it's a secret.
Feeling the mood change drastically, Sojiro took a step back. And another. And another? No matter how many steps he took back, she kept edging toward him. She was smiling, but he thought he could see the blood boiling beneath her skin.
これ最後の質問にしとくね
Last question.
あなた
Did you enjoy mocking me? He had no intention of mocking her, though at this point he doubted presenting any evidence to prove this could do much to raise that forced smile on her face.
説明する
Let me explain.
His arms raised in surrender. She halted her advance and freed her face from that unseemly smile.
実は1時からアルバイトがあるん
The
だ
truth is that my
Demo,
part-time
cohost
job
いうの
shift
禁止なんだ。
starts at 1. But, students aren't allowed to have jobs, right?
そうだけど
Yeah, wait.
禁止され
Weren't
て
you
るから
being tied late because you thought you'd get in trouble? All you have to do is get permission,
それ
dweeb.
ならさえ降りていれば問題ないわよ
知ってる試験の時に許可
I
をも
know,
らって
and I did. I got permission when they accepted me to the school.
へえ
Really? Aoko's face lit up as she realized he might not be the piece of work she thought him to be. Yet,
しかし許可は一つ
But
し
I
か
only
持っ
got
てない
permission for one of my jobs.
wait, do you have more than one job?
これでも2件減らしたんだ
Well, I quit 2 of them.
Oh my god.
It's delicious. I can feel it on my tongue.
This boy had 4 jobs.
Mamma mia.
生活費だけで大変なのに学費まで稼が
Living
なくちゃい
expenses
け
are
ない
bad enough, but now that I have to earn money for school as well, don't you think it's unreasonable of them to only let me work 1 job?
いやあんまり
No, I
あなたの方が
think you're the one who's being unreasonable.
I could get him to buy crypto.
Fuck. I feel like Soju could have like this uncanny third sense of like that's weird, but I guess it's how they do it in the city, but he just kinda doesn't want to get involved.
Ozaki, look. This is my ape. Oh, God.
Though still irritated, her opinion of him changed a little. She was impressed that he was able to take care of his tuition and living expenses all on his own. She could also empathize with having no time to oneself. Her anger began to subside. Don't rock pull this sweet boy. God. The words part-time job were about the last thing she ever expected to hear out of this country boy's mouth.
そういうことなら仕方ないわね
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do, I
い
guess.
いわ行きなさい
It's fine. You can go. I get it.
青崎はいいのか
Will you be okay?
She had no idea what his question meant, but she at least understood he was trying to be considerate. Which also took her by surprise. She figured he'd be just as dense about people's feelings as he was about everything else.
別に私もこのまま帰るから
I'll be fine, I'll just head home. First though, she thought it best that they both stop by the faculty room. Mr. Yamashiro had mentioned that the transfer procedures had already been completed, so all that remained was for him to sign off on her duties. That fucking face is so good.
The expressions in this are already so fucking good.
God, it's sorry. Look at the pose of the body, this step taken forward. Like this is
Masterclass in using these sprites.
先生案内終わりました
I finished showing him
そ
around.
れはお疲れ様しずき
Great
君もお疲
job.
れ様
It goes for you too, Shizuki. What do you think of
講
our
師を回っ
school?
た感想はどうかな
ありがとうございますなんと
Thank
い
you
う
for
か
the tour. It's like a real school.
そうかそうか
That's great to
明日から
hear.
頑張りなさい
Okay then. Best of luck starting tomorrow.
She had no interest whatsoever in this pointless wrap-up meeting.
山城先生のことは気にしないでいいわ
You'll have to forgive Mr.
教え
Yamashiro.
子に厄介なこと
He likes the faculty room so much he chooses to kick back there while getting his students to do his dirty work for him. I bet he spends hours in there.
待って
Actually, that's pretty smart of him.
そうか青 崎がいいんなら
Okay, Ozaki.
いいんだな
If you're fine with it, then so am I.
There it was again. Whatever Sojiro was getting at, Aoko had no idea.
He's so polite.
He's so
I love
polite.
him. I love him. Look at the tiny little smile.
Look how polite he is.
Such a polite young man.
それじゃあ行くよ今日はありがとう
I'm gonna get going. Thanks again for today.
今日だけよ
Yes, today. Today only. She shooed him away with her hand. His face bent into a broad smile, as if he found the gesture endearing. It was a softer expression than she had grown accustomed to seeing out of him. It was the kind of smile that could make anyone smile back. Well, most people at least. Aoko Ozaki didn't betray the slightest hint of a smile.
それじゃあまた
See you later.
Huh? And with that friendly farewell, Sojiro walked toward the end of the hallway. Or so she thought before he turned into the next class over. Did he just... Sojiro headed straight for one of the classroom's windows. Whereupon he opened it with ease. The chilly November air filled the room as the soft sounds of the rain doubled in volume. In that instant, she realized his intention with opening the window. She really wished she hadn't.
いや待て待て
No! Stop! He already had one leg out of the window when she dashed to stop him.
何するつもりよあんた
What do you think you're doing?
何ってアルバイトに
What
行
am
く
I
んだけ
doing?
ど
I'm leaving for my job, that's what.
その窓は人
You,
が出入
you
りする
do
とこ
know
ろじゃ
that this
ないの
window isn't an exit, don't you?
大体
I mean, do you even know what floor you're on? She saw the light of understanding dawn in his eyes.
死ぬところだった2階から
Oh
降
my
りた
god, I almost died. Who'd put an exit here? This is dangerous.
危ないのは
It's the lack of something between your ears that's dangerous. Her insult went right over his head.
あのねこっちじゃ窓
People
から
here don't
人は出入り
normally
しないの
enter and exit through windows, okay? You probably should remember this information for future reference.
知ってるよ時間がないんで慌ててたんだ
Oh, I know. I just wanted to save some
あり
time.
がとうこれからは気をつける
But thanks. I'll be more careful from now on.
Oh my god, he's gonna wander into traffic. Oh no. We need to put him in one of those fucking harnesses and keep him on a
like
leash.
a baby leash.
Yes!
yeah.
That face.
I love him. I love him so much. I love him so much.
Oh my god. Alright, who casts a spell to make a dog person?
Okay, hands on hips. You guys, come on.
It's like if fucking N was a little bit more stupid.
I love doing anything.
He pulled his leg back inside and closed the window. His school uniform was soaking wet from the rain.
いいけど私は別に
Hey, be my guest. Go outside any way you want. Just don't do it in front of me from now
できれば
on.
私の前ではやらないでほしいだけよそれより
Anyway, you start school
本当に明日も
tomorrow, right?
来るよ不安だけど案内しても
Yeah,
らったし
I'm a little nervous though, which is why I came in early for the tour.
He bid her farewell before running away down the hallway. She hoped he could walk down the stairs and leap through the school entrance like a normal person.
大丈夫なのか
I really wonder if he's going to be okay here. The image of him disappearing into the distance popped into her head, in spite of her ire. She had no intention of spending any more time with him, and yet she felt strangely anxious. She couldn't tell if the feeling was fueled by concern or irritation. Why had she been gotten angry with this insignificant transfer student in the first place? A strange day with a strange transfer student resulting in strange emotions. Her head tilted as she reflected on what should have been a more enjoyable day than the irritating experience she just had.
いっか
Whatever.
どうせこれっきり
It's not as if I'll see him again. Sound of the rain echoed quietly around her. The gray sky seemed frozen and dim. It was impossible to discern whether it was morning or evening. Mr. Yamashiro and Aoko were likely the only ones left at school. The unlit classroom looked overly gloomy and ominous as Aoko stood in it alone. She pulled up her left sleeve. Her dainty and remarkable watch showed that it was almost 1 o'clock.
時間合ってる。
He was right about the time. She looked out the window at the grounds below. She saw a boy in uniform running throughout the rain without an umbrella. A sight she must have seen before, but for whatever reason, affected her far more than she wished. Ooh, fascinating! Aoko did not stop by the faculty room before heading home. While Mr. Yamashiro's offer to drive her home was tempting, she decided it would ultimately be far more satisfying to ruin his day just as he had hers. She walked as quietly as she could toward the entrance and opened her bright red umbrella. Oh, sorry, the use of color here. It's getting me. As she had predicted that morning, the rain was waning in the afternoon. At this rate, it could probably cease completely in an hour or so. Distant sunshine would likely have reached her by the time she arrived home.
ま、それも悪くないか。
Well, I suppose it could be worse. She shrugged her shoulders in resignation. She neither liked nor disliked the rain, but she found herself enjoying her walk home with her red umbrella in hand. Oh, man. Oh, it's so fucking pretty, dude. Oh, we just started this game, come on. You okay home, by the way? You're saying something, I can't hear you, by the way.
Fuck!
You've been muted!
How long have I been muted? Who could
Like,
say?
For a bit, that's why I checked.
They shut me off, man. They turned off the vocals.
The teachers at Misaki High School weren't fond of bright colors, so Aoko's red umbrella was an unusual sight. A ghost story about how the umbrella was once pure white had been making the rounds, but it featured Aoko instead of a ghost. I fucking love it. It was with that umbrella that she made her way toward Misaki Station. Oh my god! What?
Oh, with the chain link fence. Oh, the use of depth. Mamma mia.
Misaki Private High School took its namesake from the town it was in. The area was once a sprawl of farmland and woodland, but rapid growth over the last 10 years had led to unprecedented modernization. There were some who fought to preserve Misaki's natural treasures.
残すことには賛成ですが
I agree in principle to preserving the land, but not at the expense of her prosperity. With those words, the mayor snuffed out the voices of the minority and ushered in a long-term plan for new urban development. More than enough funds for the urban development were collected, and the unassuming town of Misaki became the largest municipality of Misaki City in merely 10 years. Even though it lacked the modernity of neighboring Yashirogi, or the elegance of Misaki Hills.
それも当然よね。
What did people expect? To keep the town hidden atop the mountain forever? It's not like they were gonna flatten the mountain or something. Urbanization had been contained to the lowlands around the station, with most of the hills and mountains still standing as they did 10 years prior. Exhaustion of funds succeeded in protecting the old Misaki, where the citizens could not. It became a truly odd suburban town, welcoming an increasingly urban population with its vestiges of old country charm. Misaki High School was a private school established long before the town's current state. The original campus, built 50 years ago, was located high up in the mountains, making its current location its second incarnation. The path to the old grounds was not only steep and remote, it had become an overgrown game trail with the passing of time. For these reasons, among others, Misaki High School had been shuttered until almost 20 years ago, when it received a donation from a department store chain that allowed for the construction of a new campus in the city. And thus, Misaki High School reopened its doors, the old woodland campus forgotten. In fact, most of the students attending Misaki High School were not from Misaki at all. The hearty rustic people of this country town preferred prefectural schools to private ones. Truth be told, Aoko herself was one of them. All she had wanted after junior high was to move to Tokyo, where she hoped to spend her days touring her favorite bands on her way to entering a public university. But her hopes were dashed with her sister's departure, so here she was, walking alone in town with only a red umbrella to keep her company on what should have been a day off. Looking back on it now, it's like my whole life has been one disaster after another. Her frustration evaporated into the cold December air. Oh! Oh well, at least it's not boring. Look at it! It's so beautiful!
We're gonna be stopping like every 10 minutes in this fucking VN, just being like, oh my god.
We are. With those words, her mood brightened a bit as she left the school in her wake. The busier part of town met her at the bottom of the gently sloping road. Yeah, look at the detail on every building. You can see details up to the distance.
It's crazy. That's so good.
I wonder what town this is like based on. Or towns.
Places.
Oh! Oh, come on. Oh.
Gorgeous.
Isaki's train station was brand new. Like, they didn't need to do any of that, but they did.
Look at this.
This
I want to
VN,
go cutie mode.
this VN came out in 2012, right after Fate Zero anime ended, but before Unlimited Blade Works. I see.
The sheen on the sidewalk is insanely well done.
Yeah.
Again, it is like cold and damp where I am right now, and this is the most immersed I've ever felt in something in my life.
Oh, God. Beans!
Beans!
Misaki's train station was brand new. Once looking no prettier than an abandoned factory, it had been renovated into a multi-purpose structure with huge department stores on its east and west sides. When the department stores first opened, Aoko and her friends had been impressed with their modern feel, but in time, the stores too became dated. She had no shopping to do today, so she passed them by. What she really wanted to do was rest at a cafe, but she fought the urge knowing her roommate could never let her hear the end of it if she frittered away her money.
Beans!
Oh? She looked back and blinked. For just a moment. She could have sworn she had seen someone suspicious in a red dress out of the corner of her eye. Must have been her imagination. The sixth sense chill she was experiencing down her spine was a familiar one at this point. She continued her walk home, brushing off the event as if it had never happened. In time, the chill faded, and all that was left was the sounds of the town. She sighed heavily. Had she imagined it? Even if it had all been in her head, she was far from comfortable with the feeling that still lingered. Even mosquitoes have the grace to buzz off eventually. She grumbled under her breath.
商売繁盛
Whether good or bad, this too shall pass, so the saying goes. Yeah, I got enough on my plate as is. Unfortunately, summer and bugs go hand in hand. She could see how bugs could be drawn to all the sweet fruit. I am really intrigued by her situation. Ooh, ooh!
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Rank with grease and heat, the kitchen was closed for the time being. The lunch rush had come and gone, but one last battle remained, dinner time. Only after the evening chaos could the kitchen crew remove their white armor and call it a day.
This perspective from behind the line, I'm home right now, baby.
In the
Holy
midst of
fuck.
in the midst of the war zone was a lone newcomer.
これ着るんですか？
Is that so true?
Do I have to wear this?
His voice was uneasy, betraying how new he was.
気持ちはわかる。俺もどうかと思うけど。
I know how you feel, man. I feel the same. Unfortunately, it's the boss's orders, so you'll have to suck it up, okay? The future of shopping arcade is at stake. Apparently. I really hate to ask, but the rain has stopped. So would you mind going out for me? Get back in one piece and I'll buy you dinner. His bright orange co-worker clasped his hands together as if to beg for forgiveness as he saddled him with this unreasonable task. Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh my gosh! Look at town! I love it! 10 years ago, Misaki City was a town of farm and woodland. But everything had changed. The front of the station was now lined with tall multi-story buildings, and the residential areas were similarly full of apartment complexes. The once rustic scenery around the station had long become a thing of the past. Shiro Inuzuka was the only place in the city that still contained vestiges of the old town, a pocket of the past inside an urban jungle. The road extended up a conspicuously high hill, an old residential district far from the hustle and bustle of the train station.
Oh my god, this is gorgeous.
It's still going up. It's still going up. Hey, is that where Aoko lives?
Oh my god, is it?
It may be where she lives.
Oh my god, this is... Oh my god, I love this so fucking much already. I'm so in it. I'm so in it.
Long ago, it had been considered unwise to build on high ground, so nobody lived above a certain elevation. Shiro Inuzuka, sitting as it did atop the hill at the hill end of the town, was no exception to that convention and had no residences to speak of. The asphalt continued for some time, eventually giving way to a mountain road that was swallowed into the cover of trees. A lone vending machine stood to mark the boundary between town and beyond. Even the children knew that there was nothing beyond the new playground and development that so enthralled them. Well, that was not entirely true. There was nothing besides the haunted house. Aoko Awazaki traversed the long slope. Below her, she could see the whole of Misaki. The symmetrical town looked like a miniature set from this height. It could look like a painting if there had been a sea next to it, but unfortunately, Misaki City was very much landlocked. While it was overcast at the moment, the scene was quite breathtaking on clear evenings. The view was the one thing that made the arduous climb worthwhile, and today she had been denied even that. I'd cycle home if it wasn't for this rain. Even a bus road could be a fine thing. Aoko had been using this road to get to school for almost 2 years now, but the journey had never gotten easier. Oh, it's locked? I guess Alice isn't back yet. With a wary shrug, she put her hand on the rusty iron fence. Quietly, the heavy gate swung open as if to welcome her home. There sits atop that hilly, haunted house. That is how the story much here around town used to begin. But fresh rumors about the house had sprung to life almost as fast as the town's modernization. Thank you, Gino Petit. Despite being dilapidated and abandoned for many years, lights can be seen inside the house at night. An angry murderer of crows often gathers atop the hill before mysteriously vanishing. Children get lost in the fog, never to be seen again. Late at night, a shrieking sound can be heard all the way to town. This particular piece of slander was the one Aoko wished to discredit the most. The final rumor was of an eye-catching luxury car that sometimes made its way up and down the hill. Rumors spread and grew day by day. These fucking visuals!
This is insane, dude.
And while they grew, the house that everyone thought had rotted away was restored over the recent years. Deep in a wood, on top of a hill no one dared to approach. Like a ruin shrouded from view even by the brightest of days, on the brightest of days, stood a relic out of time, a building from a fairy tale. The house.
Oh, those beautiful windows.
Was the Kuonji mansion. Look at it! Look at the reflection of the branches on the windows.
Oh my god, sorry, those big, like, 5-paneled ones right above, like, the foyer,
we saw out of those at the very beginning before the, intro.
Those were the first thing that caught my eye from that, like, whole, like, intro thing. That's insanely beautiful.
Ooh.
I'm having the crippling millennial fantasy of wishing I could own a house.
Oh. Everyone in town knew about the witch's house on the hill. It was an unabashedly haunted house where Aoko Ozaki resided for reasons known only to her. Needless to say, it was not really haunted. The Kuonji family home was a grand western-style mansion with a long and storied history stretching all the way back to England. It was too small to be a dormitory, yet too big to be called a house. The main building contained as many as 3 normal houses worth of rooms and was surrounded by a large all-encompassing courtyard. The perimeter of the grounds was surrounded by a high iron fence covered in thorny vines. There was also an annex to the main building. Given such extravagance, it was no wonder that it inspired rumors. To the town's residents, the mere existence of such lavish, out-of-place mansion on top of the hill was a cause for suspicion. Rumors, lies, and slander were the prices to be paid for fame. With only 2 lodgers, it was hard to disagree with the perception that vampires must be living here. Look at the 3 branches in the background of the sky with the fog from the rain. If it pulls back again, I will check.
I saw.
Oh my god! Well, I know I'm not one, but Alice. She put her hand on the front door. It was a grand double door that could have paired well with a brass lock, and yet was secured with little more than a simple keyhole. Pushing it open with one hand, she entered the supposedly haunted house. Oh god, yeah, the like foggy mist. Oh man.
2 seconds to run to the bathroom real quick.
Take your time. Oh my god, I am thriving seeing this VN. Hey chat, you're enjoying our intro into this wonderful, wonderful game, this lovely VN? It's been so fun. Holy shit, it's been so fun. The brickwork. It's not just the brick, it's the texture on this, concrete, stone of some other kind just above. Cobble, maybe? Oh, man. Was it Claire de Lune? Wasn't it Genopedy? Bum 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 bum. It's one of the two. I forget which. It's only gonna get better. Holy shit, dude. Oh, Genopedy is different? Okay. God, like the blinds over the face of the house. The little chimneys with like reflection going on. The rain just very gently scattered on top. Oh, I aspire to be able to draw backgrounds like this. Oh. Look at the roof tiles. The roof tiling. You can see each, like, like it fades a little bit toward the top of the actual roof, but you can, like, mostly tell apart. Do you know how long it must have taken to draw this? Do you know how long it must have taken to draw all of this detail? This is something that takes days and days of work. I don't know the full, like, method of the artist drawing them. Oh, I don't know how many references they use for it, but it's so good. Yeah. Even with a reference, this is insane. Thank you, Tabby. Yeah, no, it's insane. It's insane. You can, like, look at the door, and above the little squares of the entrance, there is the arched little window on the top, and you can see the glass in it.
Hello.
Welcome back. I've been just gushing at the art.
yeah, I bet. Hello, everybody. I've returned.
She's back.
Ich bin back.
In the back.
It's a book.
And by the way, if vampires were not enough to scare you, ghosts were known to appear on certain nights. So, oh my god, are you kidding me? Oh my god! So, like, was she joking about Alice? Or is Alice actually a vampire?
Right? We'll find out, but...
Much like the weather outside, the foyer was overcast with shades of grey. Perhaps by deliberate design, the architect had chosen not to include any lights in the entrance area. The ceiling was 2 floors high. The only light in the room came from the skylight. It was particularly gloomy on rainy days. On moonless nights, it was like the world itself ceased to be. Aoko decided the drawing room to the east could be a good place to rest, but knowing she could not be able to relax until she changed clothes, she started up the stairs. The stairs curled up the wall to the 2nd floor hall. This piano in the background is so enchanting. There was a 3rd floor attic as well, accessible from the far end of the hall. She had never set foot in there in the 2 years she had lived there, though. Oh my god, and the little lights. Look at the little... The Quanji mansion was more or less divided in 2 wings, east and west. Aoko had been given the entire east wing, but 2 rooms were more than enough as far as she was concerned. She had no desire to open a door that could trap you in a storybook world, or lead to an attic that had only been used for storage these last 5 years. Aoko's room was at the end of the east wing's long corridor. She had elected for a smaller room for no other reason, other than that she thought it could be easier to clean. It was furnished with a large bed, her beloved mahogany desk, a wardrobe and chest for clothes, and 2 9-shelf bookcases. That was the extent of what she'd brought from home. Her entire life of 16 years reduced to this. She'd also borrowed the next room down for her own purposes.
そうだ。アリスにもらった見張りと壊れたのをチェックし
Oh yeah, I should check on the watchtower I got from Alice. The panning of the audio? As she moved? She needed to see if the project she had been working on all night had borne fruit. The study next door served as proof of the life she had been living for the last year and how different that life was from the one she lived before. It was not a room for the person she had been. It was a room for the person she could eventually become. A place of solitude that only she could enter. Or so she thought.
うわ壊れてるどころ
Not only did it break, it vanished without a trace.
やっぱ
Looks like I've still got a long way to go. Go ahead and laugh it up, Robin.
笑いなさいよコマドリ
The nosy neighbor that had intruded upon her sanctuary flew away. While not exceptionally talented, Aoko did not lack for effort and was not afraid to fail. One could have almost mistaken her approach for optimism. She changed out of her uniform and returned to the first floor. Very cozy, very comfy. Oh, you disappeared!
We're back. We're fine.
You saw the sweater and just exploded.
I was unironically marveling because that is the exact cut and color of a sweater that I was wearing earlier. I just find that funny. It's a good
Sky
style.
blue. You in that sweater could look really good.
I know.
Hmm.
Oh, the jeans.
Oh, the jeans.
Oh, the jeans. Oh, the jeans.
Down the stairs, she opened the door to the east wing into the corridor as dark as a cellar. The absence of windows meant it was pitch black without the lights on, so she flicked the switch and entered the nearby doorway. Ooh.
Finally, a girl who wears
Sunny!
jeans.
Sunny TV!
電気のない生活か想像したくないな
Life without electricity? I don't even want to imagine it. It'd been her idea to update the drawing room. The walls were decorated with extravagant patterns, and around the room were large, majestic sofas, and a luxurious Persian rug. Amidst it all was a 30-inch television that seemed completely out of place.
Jesus.
It stood looking over the other furniture like the emperor with no clothes. The mansion's owner could have rather done without it, but to a commoner like Aoko it was an essential commodity. They had fought over its presence at first, but eventually came to an agreement and now mutually enjoyed this modern comfort. The other angle of the room?
ことは言えないか
Guess I'm going to talk.
時代錯誤な
I came from a very traditional household myself. Now in a somewhat pleasant mood, she decided to brew some tea. She boiled some water in the kitchen, prepared a teapot, and made herself some black tea. Oh, the Foley work.
あーっと
With a flop, she sunk into the sofa. One second, I need to go back one scene. Look, the texture and the reflections.
I know what that would feel like to lick. That's porcelain, baby.
To lick? Not even touch?
Explore the world mouth first.
Okay. Oh. I love that little animation of her sinking in. She took a sip of her tea, then another. Oh my god.
Fuck, dude. Fuck, dude. It's so pretty. It's too pretty. I can't with this.
And the music. I'm gonna pass out, dude. The sunset.
The
Lulled by
lighting changes are fucking me up, dude.
Oh my god. Lulled by the ticking of the clock, she took a third sip as she pondered how to spend her afternoon. The sofa almost seemed to be inviting her, and she sank even further into its comforting embrace. Aoko blearily opened her eyes as she lifted her body up from the cushions. This was no dream or delusion. At some point, a girl had sat down across from her. Not the least bit surprised, she reached for her teacup. But the tea within had gone completely cold. Did I doze off? She asked the question to the girl on the other side of the table.
I'm presuming this is the one
Uh-huh.
I voiced earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The girl answered without lifting her gaze. When silent, she could have been mistaken for a beautiful doll. The girl sitting on the opposite sofa was reading an old book. She had delicate limbs and pale white skin. Not a hint of humanity emanated from her melancholic aura. She had darker hair than Aoko, and her icy eyes were focused on the pages in front of her. Her clothes resembled that of a nun, but were actually her school uniform. In Aoko's humble opinion, the gloominess suited her. She evoked something like out of a painting. There was something unreal about her, as if she were frozen in time. The white of her gently arched neck was so lovely that even Aoko found herself enchanted by it. The girl was one of the haunted house's true residents. Her name was Alice Guonji, and she was the same age as Aoko.
私どれくらい寝てた？
How long was I asleep?
1時間と少し。
At least an hour.
ここで眠ると
You'll catch a cold if you keep sleeping here.
Alice answered indifferently. Not that it bothered Aoko, who was now used to it. She looked at the clock on the wall and saw that it was already 7. She had been asleep for 2 hours. They had been a rough one for her, and she had slept little the night before, so it was no surprise that she had dozed off for as long as she had.
起こしてくれてもよかったのに。
She could have woken me up.
せっかくの紅茶が冷めちゃっ
Now
た。
my tea's cold.
私が来た時は。もう
It was
冷めて
already cold by the time I got here.
たでしょうね。行ってみた
I'm sure it was. I'm just saying. Aoko drank down the rest of the cold tea in one gulp. In the poorly heated Kwonji mansion, that was more than enough to clear her head and wake up.
こうなると、フォートナム&メイ
Ah, nothing quite beats this tea. Not even the expensive kind from Britain. The way she's sitting cross-legged. Anyway, welcome home, Alice. The universe seems determined to keep me from even the occasional luxury without you. What is it about today? Is it just my luck, or what? At this rate, I'm due to a bent temple visit just to be safe. Aoko shrugged her shoulders, as if resigning herself to her fate.
それで何があったの？
Something happened.
After 2 years together, they knew each other quite well. Aoko had one way of asking questions, and Alice had another. Alice asked without raising her head, and Aoko gave her the details.
まず謝らなくちゃいけない。
I should start by apologizing.
昨日徹夜で完成させ
The
た
project I was working on all night was a total failure. I only took my eyes off of it for a second, but I think it boiled over and fell apart.
そうならないよう循環の
So a lot that I shuffled the circulation codes as a precaution. Aoko tried to laugh it off, as if it was someone else's problem.
どういうこと？
And?
今朝休養が入って
Something came up this morning and I was called into school. They made me show this transfer student around and it took up my whole day. By the time I got back, it had vanished without a trace. god, yeah, the shadow of her hair and her eyes. Look at her eyes, dude.
Gorgeous.
怒るアリス
You're not mad, are you?
別に青子の器物破損にいちいち
If
怒
I
ってい
got
たら
mad every time he
一
broke
生分の
something,
口論をする
there'd
こと
be
にな
no
るでしょう
end to the fighting.
代用品はあるからまた一から始めれば
I
いい
have more
わ
materials, so you can just start over.
それより怒ってるのはあなたの方じゃないの
Aren't you really the one who's angry?
Alice was very much on point today. It was true that, despite outward appearances, Aoko was seething with frustration. That aside,
ええこの転入生っていう
true
のは
enough,
ひどくずれててね
the transfer student I mentioned earlier was a real piece of work.
すごい山奥で暮ら
He's
して
been
たら
living
しく
deep in
て
the mountains and has literally zero common sense. I know people say that the mountains are like an entirely different world, but I had no idea how true it was, Alice. Alice raised her head in response to hearing her name. But Aoko kept going on before she could get a word in edgewise. Aoko, after all, expected no sympathy in the first place.
初対面から尺に触るやつだったけど
We didn't get along well from the start, but things really took a turn for the worse when I took him to a classroom. He apparently thought it was a place where you could get one-on-one tutoring. And that's not all. I mean, you're never gonna believe this. What do you think he asked when I politely explained what a classroom is to him? He goes, but then what are the other classrooms for? Unbelievable, right? I mean, a classroom is a classroom.
A subtle change in her expression that, like, sank her shoulders and showed more teeth.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes. And then the same expression, but with the tilt to the side. Oh, there's so much work in these. And no matter how big or unhelpful anything I said was, he just kept nodding. It's like he was just taking everything at face value. I just don't know if he just lacks an imagination or never uses it. Anyway, he at least seemed to grasp most of what I told him the first time around, so I suppose he's not a complete idiot.
It's rare to see you so judgmental. Is it really worth getting worked up over someone like that?
I couldn't care less about him. I'm just worried he'll screw up somehow. What she really was worried about was having to clean up that mess if and when it happened. That had to be it. If not, it could mean she had no real idea why she could not get him out of her head. Well, he was a weirdo, right? You probably could have hit it off great.
Another world in the mountains doesn't sound so bad.
From her eyes, it was clear that the question of whether they could get along was irrelevant, given that they would never meet in the first place. Aoko gave a non-committal response. Anyway, what have you been reading?
A book about spiritual evolution based on the spiritual diary.
Swedenborg, huh? Is that really worth reading again?
I wouldn't bother if it were the original, but this is a knockoff. It exaggerates the pros and cons of Swedenborg's style and reads like a well-written adventure. Having the secret organization camp standing in his way was a nice addition. The handwriting of the notes in the margin belongs to your grandfather, by the way.
I had no idea he was into that sort of thing. He had a great sense of humor. I really miss him. Aoko seemed nostalgic over her now-deceased grandfather.
He just contacted you this last summer, didn't he?
Do we really have to go there? Why can't Dad stay there? Ooh, I love all of the subtle, creeping implication that has not been spelled aloud yet.
I know.
Aoko sighed and laid back on the sofa. The soft cushions caved in under her weight.
話は戻るけど
As I was saying,
Alice shot a glance at Aoko. Her body, buried in the sofa, remained as still as a corpse. It was clear Aoko had tuned out of the conversation. Alice suddenly chastised her with a look. The more she thought about it, the less important the events of the day seemed to become. If she just ignored Alice, the conversation could end there. They could eventually get up and leave today's mistake and resolve for another day. However, that's not the kind of person Aoko Ozaki was.
いいわよ何
Yeah? What is it? She asked, still laying down.
今日できなかったのは少し痛いわね
it's upsetting that you failed today.
だから反省してるって
Like I said, I'm thinking about it.
になってから
I need to focus on becoming a full-fledged mage before thinking about school, I know that.
ならいいけど
I hope you do.
The coldness in her voice made Aoko gnash her teeth. She knew what Alice wanted to say. She knew better than anyone. The veneer she wore for school was different than the way she lived at home. While it could be called hiding in plain sight, Alice thought it was silly. And what the silence told her was,
覚悟を決めろって言いたいのよねあんたは
make up your mind already, I know. Today's failure was not a colossal one. She just happened to upset the delicate balance between her home and school lives, chasing one at the expense of the other. And yet, that careless mistake was a clear sign of Aoko's lack of commitment.
アリスは関係ない
This doesn't concern Alice. It's my decision to make. She had only known for sure for the last year and a half. But she'd had a hunch for as long as she could remember. Make the choice, and the day will come. It was little wonder that her morals and conscience had been stripped away. Aoko pushed herself back up. She was met by Alice's cold beauty and wordless gaze.
OK アリス来週
Okay, Alice, we can do it next week.
それでいいんでしょ
That work for you?
ええ青子がいいなら
As long as it works for you.
Aoko could not help but shake her head, feeling like she was hearing something similar for the second time that day. And in the comfort of her own, she couldn't banish thoughts of that country boy from her mind.
じゃあ下準備はよろしくね私まだできな
I'll
い
let you set it up then. That's still beyond my abilities.
場所は例の公園でいい
Should we do it at the park?
妥当な線ね
Sure, the line there is
でも
suitable
もう一
enough.
件の方は
But what about the other thing?
そっちの方が急務じゃない
Isn't that a more urgent concern?
時と場合森に
It
変化
depends
があ
on
れ
the
ば教えるわ
conditions. I'll let you know if there are any changes to the woods.
After that brief exchange, Alice returned her attention to the book on her lap. Shop talk was over. Now they could return to their normal relationship as roommates. Oh my god, they were roommates. Fake posting queens. Oh. I love that. Aoko grabbed the remote and turned on the TV. Since Alice was busy reading, Aoko decided to tune in to a variety show that had already started. Alice started to speak, but suddenly cut herself off. One of her delicate hands raised to her mouth. She could always cut herself off the second she realized she was about to say something trivial. Sometimes, her self-restraint could hit too late, and she could make a gesture like the one she was making now. It occurred to Aoko that the sound her cute little roommate made just now was different than the "wah" she blurted in times past. Oh my god, sorry, but the jury is like...
This is so gay.
Oh, the jury.
何
What is it? Aoko turned down the volume on the TV. Her intense eyes lit up like those of a mischievous cat.
どうということはないんだけ
It's nothing really, but
どないんだけど
But what? Alice looked away bashfully. not knowing if she should bring it up or not. It was times like these that her expression carried a real warmth and surprising charm. If he could see her in this moment, Alice's father could have to admit that her name suited her perfectly.
今日帰ってくるときおかしなものを見て誰かに
It's just that I
話そう
saw
と思って
something strange on my way home and wanted to tell someone about it.
Aoko nodded, beckoning her to continue.
つまらない本当に意味のないこと
It's silly, really,
けどどう考
but I
えても
just can't
そんな
make
ことを
sense
す
of
る
it
理
no
由
matter
が
how
わ
much
か
I
らない
think about it.
青子
Oko,
人間ぐらいの大きな
do
猫
you
が
have any idea
ひょこひょこ
why a
出前をする理由
man-sized
って
cat would
わ
be
かる
riding around town delivering meals to people?
For a second, Aoko thought Alice was trying and failing miserably to make a joke again. One could think that about anyone, really. But she seemed completely serious. Even if Alice's sense of humor fell flat for Aoko, the story already sounded more fanciful than Alice's usual attempt at jokes. Yeah?
Is this boy that cat from the prologue? I'm like, sorry, that just hit my brain. Anyway.
Aoko concluded that her roommate was talking about something she had actually seen.
その話には2つぐらい信じがたい部分が
There are
あ
a
る
few things off about that.
一つばらしていい
Maybe we should break it down.
いいの私もからくりぐらいは思い
Let's
つくか
not.
ら
Even I can think of a few mundane
ただ
explanations.
理由がわからないから聞
I'm
いてる
just asking, because I
わざ
can't
わざ
figure
精
out
巧
why
な猫
someone
の
would
ぬい
do
ぐる
that.
みを着て
Maybe
出
it's
前
as
の店
simple
用
as
物を
someone
届けに
just
来た
dressing
だ
up
け
in a finely
そんな
crafted
に
cat
簡単
suit
か
to
しら
deliver food for a restaurant.
難易度以前に
I'm more worried about the person doing it than the reasons personally. Alice nodded tentatively at her words.
世の中
But whatever does it for them, I guess. In a world with people like us and weirdos that live in mountains like mountain hermits, there's no telling what kinds of freaks are out there.
私だったら見か
I
けたら
personally could just gone up to them and asked them what they were doing. God, the fact that she's like, I'm sure it was someone's fetish, don't worry about it. Alice's gaze drifted at that.
ふーん暮れゆく住宅街にさまよう出前猫
A delivery cat riding through neighborhoods in the evening. Sounds like something straight out of a fantasy story.
で
Hey,
夕飯どうする
what should we do for dinner
せっかく話
tonight?
が出たし
Speaking of delivery, maybe we should order in. Aoko loved getting takeout, and her face glowed as she spoke. They had no hard rules for dinner, but if one of them was in the mood to cook, they made it a point to make an offer to. At the very worst, this meant entire weeks without dinner, but the two of them agreed that this was the system that worked the best for them. But if they found cooking to be too much effort or simply liked ordering out? Nights like this one were a common occurrence, much to the chagrin of the restaurants of Misaki Town. Right, they could have to fucking bring it up. Delivering to the mansion meant coming all the way up to the top of this hill, the source of the disgruntlement. Yeah, look at the night.
Jeez.
God, without the reflections, you can see all of the vines on the actual, like, facade. Oh. Alright, newbie, you gotta get up to that whole hill by bike in 30 minutes or less to the fuck-ass vampire house.
I hope you're up on your cardio, pal.
時間は8時前ギリギリセーフ
It's still before 8, so we're
私今
good.
月がいいな
I'm really in the mood for kongetsu tonight. I haven't had their tsukimi soba in ages.
Skinny soba. Oh.
The Hungry Student Council president laid out a stack of takeout menus, like she might find a deck of cards and excitedly scanned for anything that stood out. Alice casually responded without sparing so much as a glance.
悪いけど私夕飯済んでる
Sorry, but I've already had dinner.
With those words, Aoko froze. All deliveries required a minimum of 2 items. She was out of luck without an accomplice. Cruel society had decided it couldn't be bothered to deliver to a princess who only ordered a single serving of food.
The dinner
And-
she had was her while she was sleeping on the couch.
Oh my god. Incidentally, to counteract orders from the Hilltop Mansion, the restaurants had declared the minimum number of orders will be 3 starting next year. Fucking Garo! Aoko and Alice were still in the dark to this fiendish change in direction.
この裏切り者
Traitor!
だから帰って
Is that why you were late getting back?
帰宅部
Between the bus ride and the walk, the trip home takes only 20 minutes. I should have known something was up when you didn't get home before 5 o'clock. Unfortunately for Aoko, she had been too out of it to even remember that she was the one who'd fallen asleep.
ああひどいよ
Talk about ice queen. I thought it was clear that if either of us got food, we would bring enough home for the other person.
私だって
Didn't I bring back something for you when I ate out last time? It was unknown how serious Aoko was being, but she was visibly angry. She had already woken up hungry that morning, and from the time she was called into school until now, she had consumed nothing but tea. It was a small miracle that her stomach wasn't growling. She knew it was her own fault, but she persisted, wanting to get revenge on Alice for scolding her earlier.
この前ってあれのこと
By last time, you mean
あなたが都心に出向いた時
the time you
夕
went
食に
into
お
the
寿司を
city
食べてきた
and
の
ate
に
sushi,
お土
but
産は
only
なぜ
came
か
back
コ
with
ン
a
ビニエンス
plastic
ストア
bag
の
full of
ビニール
convenience
袋だ
store
ったって
food.
話
That time?
Aoko had kicked a hornet's nest.
何よ
So what? It was better than nothing, wasn't it?
真実は時に隠蔽すべき
There are times when you'd be better off saying nothing at all.
Oh my god, I love them. Alice's icy gaze pierced right through her. Aoko had certainly crossed the line by going on and on about how the sushi circled around the restaurant while Alice ate her convenience store meal. But new things fascinated her, and she couldn't contain her curiosity toward the conveyor belt sushi shops that started popping up at the time. They were nothing short of miraculous. Even honesty can be a sin, given the right circumstances.
わかったわかった
Fine. Fine. Does this at least mean we're even now?
いいわね
Alice went back to her book without so much as recognizing the question. The fact she did not confirm it made Aoko anxious.
仕方ない
Well, today has been a total disaster. I guess I'll just whip out something in the kitchen. She stood up, announcing her intent to no one in particular.
聞き忘れてた
Oh,
アリス
I almost forgot to ask, where did you end up eating anyway? Alice's hand froze on her current page. She suddenly shut the book she was reading and stood up as if at wit's end. She walked across the drawing room with her book in hand. When she reached the door, she stopped and turned toward Aoko.
聞きたい
You really want to know?
まあなんとなく
Sure. Aoko nodded timidly, cowed by Alice's sudden vigor. Alice continued in her matter-of-fact way.
その猫が余っ
The
たメニュ
cat
ーを
gave
く
me
れた
one
の
of his leftover deliveries.
And with that brief response, she left the room. Oh. Oh.
Ooh.
We get like save points at the like end of chapters. Fancy. Could this be a good time for you to call it off?
It wouldn't be a bad one. Just because, like, I could maybe do like another 20-30 minutes, but this feels like a clean point to stop.
Mm-mm. Let me check the archive just to see what it is. Is it just... Oh. Oh? Had some mistakes, there's some deaths. Oh! It's all of the images!
That's amazing.
And, oh, read, wait. Oh, wait. It is... Okay, that is the chapters. You can, like, reread them. And that's how they're ordered.
Gorgeous.
And I guess that is, like, the next chapters we just went through, maybe?
What a clever way to do the menu. And the bookshelf fills up as you go.
That is really interesting. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, this is... Oh, my gosh.
There's some nifty
This is
stuff in
wonderful.
there. Oh. Search for
Wow.
bookmark is load. Configuration we saw. Extra, anything? Archive CG mode. Sound mode. Oh? I see, that's to see them. And okay, it's the it's just a gallery and the actual like OST. Indeed.
Indeed, indeed.
What a game, huh?
I'm already enthralled.
This is so good.
The core cast, which is to say the three we've met, are all so deeply compelling. I am so interested in them.
I kinda really love this. Holy shit, the presentation in this VN.
Feeling
Huss.
threatened about everyone going, that's you. The presentation, you know, I had a phenomenon that I wanted to talk about when we were going through this, where it showed the nighttime shot of the city, and my brain did not even clock it because I was already so in it. I was already so involved in the presentation of the work that I was just like, yeah, of course. Oh, I disappeared. Hang on. Where I was
killed
like,
her.
yeah, no, that's the city at night, of course. And my brain did not clock that was an entirely separate, altered image of the city. And I was just sitting there like, yeah, no, that's the... Oh my god! I also do find it very interesting that there's no perspective character, that it's third person. It's very interesting. I've loved this. It was fantastic.
Despite the way that, like, I know it's not the case, but just from being a Fate head and seeing the way the narration has been going and remembering some things from, like, other sections, I'm just going to say that this is Merlin narrating. Merlin is, like, taking a little peek. He's having fun.
I will say one thing. The opening scene was a little traumatic. That was very hard to start with.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We couldn't have known. And no one would know to warn, but just, oh, God.
Yeah. Oh. God. Also, I wasn't aware of your game, Alice and Aoko. Hi.
I know. I am deeply compelled by Alice already. I need to know her deal.
I need to know what's wrong with this girl, because there's something wrong.
God, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Oh my god, girl. I'm so excited to be back doing these on Fridays with you. Chat, I'm so excited to see you. We're back. Wait, I got this. My brain's
Mahoyo
going-
heads?
No, we can't do. I was gonna say Fate Fridays, but that's.
Oh.
Which on the Holy Night weekends? That sucks. We'll make it work. It's great to have you both together again. Thank you. It's the Holy Night. You know what? Yes, it's the Holy Night.
It's the Holy Night. Which of the Holy Friday?
You'll workshop it.
It's the Holy Night.
It's Holy Night. Hey guys, it's Holy Night.
I kind of love that too, specifically because I hear very few people actually calling this game Witch on the Holy Night. Everybody calls it Mahoyo that I know.
I have never heard somebody start a conversation calling this Witch on the Holy Night. I've heard about this game from a lot of people. I've never heard anyone call it anything but Mahoyo. Yes, happy Friday the 13th, which it still is here in America.
Oh, right. You only called it Witch on the Holy Night until the server. I'm sorry, Eve, you are the outlier.
Eve, you are famously, as ever, a statistical anomaly. Your experiences, not only are your experiences not universal, I think they might be the opposite.
And that's why we love having you in chat.
Exactly.
Remember what? I kept bringing it up to you and you had no idea what it was. Okay, I forgot about that, yes.
That's delightful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be here. I miss doing this so much. We're back for the VN reads, and I have a laptop that can actually handle it now. I can do VTube Studio, and the calls don't just disconnect randomly because the Wi-Fi chip wasn't strong enough. It just doesn't do that to me anymore.
God.
God.
I am so excited to keep going now.
You and me both. Miss this channel so much. Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, we're back, and we will be back every week that we can from now on.
I'm going to say every week.
Until proven otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Absolute treat to be with both of you here. Thank you. It is an absolute treat to be watched. I love the turnout for these streams. It makes me feel so good. It's so fun to do these. These VN reads are like... This is the shit that got me back into streaming, and like going back to a VN read feels like slipping into like a comfy sweater. You feel me? Like, yeah, this is where I belong. I don't know if I sound any better too, but the nicer laptop means I can plug in my nicer microphone, so that's nice.
So, you sound good. I don't know if better, but good you do.
I'm gonna choose to believe I sound better. The only issue is my neck hurts from peeking out behind the ahoge this whole time. We've gotta find a solution.
I'm sorry. Maybe I'll have to shave the ahoge off for these streams.
I think that would kill you. Or at least fundamentally alter your personality.
Yeah, I was going to say that if you don't mind, like, streaming with Wack Alter instead.
I shall pluck her reverse scale.
This happening on Fridays means you can actually catch it. You've been meaning to get into Mahoyo for so long. I'm so glad we can provide a platform for you to enjoy this Sinasta.
Lovely to have you watching. Walter!
Marmon Bunny, thank you for subbing.
Ania takes out the scissors on stream. I would do it with my hands, please. I would pluck it like the stems of a beet.
1 second, I realize I think that should have tossed a lot of things on me. Ah, maybe not. I forgot. Oh, it's just subscribing, right? It's the actual joining that does it.
Maybe don't have Whack positioned like a puppet on a ventriloquist's knee. We can censor her a little more next time.
Can we? Can we?
Pull a small whack out of Whack's head like pulling a carrot. Oh god, what are you doing now?
How's this? No, Tabby, don't. Please, I beg of you. Anything but. Please, Tabby?
Out of the way?
Wait, it didn't? Is it broken?
Perhaps.
I guess your presence has broken it.
This is giving the same energy as like, girl, get your big ass ears out of my text box. Like, girl, I can't see past your ahoge.
I think that's really funny.
You're the worst person to go to a movie theater with. We're gonna start a fight.
Listen, all I have to do is push the. There we go. Now you can see.
Yes, this is how I've been watching the whole time, girl.
Yeah. I read that as Mahoyo Tryoshka doll, actually.
Girl. It's been one stream.
It's been one stream, and I'm already like this. Imagine.
Oh, we're gonna be so fucked up by the end of this game. I can already feel it. Is it possible to put Whack in cleavage? Probably.
I could have to be shrunk down, but I think maybe?
Imagine.
Oh, this has been a delight to experience with you, by the way. Like, I barely like say it sometimes because it's just expected, right? Like, we have been doing this for so long that you just come around, but it's so special, girl, being able to do this with you.
It's never stopped being special for me either. Thank you. I have never once taken streaming with you for granted, ever since you invited me to start streaming Fate with you all those years ago, up until now. It's such a privilege to be here with you. I love you so much, girl.
Love you, hon.
It's what Nasu would have wanted. Here, let me just hit the scroll wheel on my model 1 second. No, I'm not going to. Not this time.
Thinking of that one edit of that one guy getting shrunk down and disappeared by BB in FGO that I layered with Steve's audio of "I have no penis."
You know, speaking of Steve, when they were talking about delivery drivers having to go up to the top of the hill, my first thought was Steve could do it.
God. And of course, thank you to everybody watching today, to our dear audience for coming along.
We wouldn't be doing this without you guys. Or, except we might, but it would be in a private Discord call, and that just wouldn't be the same.
Aww. What was that?
That was me clearing my throat.
She had a furball in there. Any of you gonna roll on the Mahoyo collab in FGO? I am saving for Aoko, actually.
I've had to disconnect from gacha games and just explore the story via proxy, because I get such bad FOMO. I've never spent a dime, but I don't want to be tempted.
Indeed.
So I just have Whack take screenshots of entire story segments and send them to me.
Yay! I get to just hyperfixation ramble about singularities and like lost belts to her. It's really cool.
I love just getting to go like, info dump at me. I'm ready. Live dub is always there too. I've honestly, like when I've been consuming FGO content, I've just been sitting down and just watching someone play it, no commentary. Like just on auto scroll, like the whole time. It's a lot of fun.
She's currently in the middle of part 2 for Lost Belt 6.
It's true.
Which has been a real fun journey.
Oh, that's been a really good time. Regardless, glad to be here. I'm glad to can't wait to go. Can't wait to do more. I'm so fucking excited, girly pop.
So excited to keep going.
Haha, is it next Friday yet?
It will be in 7 days.
Sorry, I had to process that because I had to check if that was right. Because would it be 7 if it's already mostly over with today? But then this is why I fucked up the starting stream. It's like time for us today.
I think it may be a good time for us to disengage if your brain is getting this fried, honey.
My brain's always this fried, girl. I'm not.
It may be 6 or 7 days depending on how you count it, yeah?
Say that again.
The leaning into the microphone made you sound so much closer to my ear. That was scary.
Something you like?
Stop. You can't do this. You can do this already to me.
14 with delays, I dare you.
God.
we should probably wrap it up here.
Yeah. God, thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Take your time. You're getting there. It's fine.
No, thank you for having me. I figured it out. I got there.
Bye,
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. We'll be seeing you next time. So excited for more of this.
Bye.
Bye.